Review case 6, 64-year-old male, medium body build, approximately 90 kilograms, unresponsive, pulseless, and apneic. Patient was found on the ground, limbs cold to touch, but still warm at the torso. High performance CPR being performed by our fire personnel here. Per roommate was last seen in about 0330 hours to 0400. So it's pretty early. I'm not exactly sure how the patient saw this person moving around unless he heard them, or else this guy wasn't sleeping at all. They related that he was moaning at the time. Approximately 0810 hours this morning, so roughly around 3 to 4 hours later, they found the patient unresponsive and activated 911 or EMS. The patient was in asystole, and we continue to initiate the ACLS protocols. Here we have the exam that what they did. It does look like there is fixed. Pupils are fixed at 6, which means now that's worse than if it was non-reactive. It's fixed and dilated. There is this modeling noted. I'm not sure if this is because the patient was laying on that side, and this is called dependent lividity versus modeling. Extremities are still flaccid, but that just could mean that now they went from being rigored to becoming a little flaccid, and we'll continue on. What did they do here? They went ahead and began that CPR and started resuscitative efforts. They were able to get a tube in place. Here they're measuring the tube at 28. That comes out about about right. It's 3 times usually. Anyhow, they got capnography device. They're observing a good waveform and numerical value. We could know what it was. So good waveform meaning square waveform. Negative epigastric sounds, positive bilateral lung sounds. They got an IV here, and I kind of changed this up just a little bit, but they got epi. Total drug count was 4 milligrams. They had a liter bag. I'm not sure if they infused the 1,000 cc's or approximately 200 infused. Not a lot. With the 18 gauge, and this doesn't seem to be infiltrated. So here's our patient at the end of disposition. He's in asystole or remained in asystole. Tube and IV is secure, and it's patent. Okay, so again, there are some things that we'd like to know. This is great that they're putting this down. Age, sex, downtime, prior complaint, anything was done, any medical conditions or health problems that could give us an idea of why the person is in cardiac arrest. 64 is not necessarily very young, but it's not necessarily very old. And here we have a very ambiguous amount of time frame. At 3:30, he was moaning. That could have been an issue of something else going on at that time. Then again, 8 o'clock when they woke up, he's in asystole. So downtime is pretty long here.